Hi everyone, my name is Frankie, and welcome to a Movie a Day Challenge. Today is day number 192 of a Movie a Day Challenge, and it's July 11, 2018. Today I'll be watching the 2000 horror movie, Camp Blood. Now in each episode of a Movie a Day Challenge, I pick one film that I've never seen before, and then I take that movie's movie poster and I place it to the side of me. I do this because, well, I absolutely have no idea what the film that I'm about to watch is about. And being that I've absolutely no idea about the film and what it's about, I feel like I need to draw some type of conclusion of what I think the film may be about, based solely on the movie poster itself. In saying this, let's go ahead and take a look at the 2000 horror film movie poster to Camp Blood. Now, originally on this Movie a Day Challenge, you will see Summertime Switch, the 1994 comedy family film, was listed as the movie for today. However, upon doing the intro for my videos and then going to watch the film, I realized that I actually have seen Summertime Switch back in 1994 when it aired. So I was like, wow, okay, it's time to take this and stop it here and then just go ahead and pick a film that I have yet to see. And normally, when you hear about camps in the summertime, you always hear about some kind of massacre or some kind of like horror slasher or whatever. Well, for myself, I felt like, you know what, I'm not going to go along the lines of Friday the 13th and watch Jason movies. No. I'd rather just pick something that I've never heard about before and watch it for the first time. Hence, Camp Blood. What looks like to be a clown in the woods of a campsite, maybe? Yeah. I figured I'd do it this way because I've got a lot of, family-friendly films for the month of July. And people are probably going to question, well, there are some horror films that take place during the summertime and at camps. So, aside from Sleepaway Camp, which I've seen, and those Friday the 13th films, I figured, you know what? Camp Blood. Camp movie, summertime. Let's do this. So, here we see a clown in the woods. The clown's going to be the killer, from what I can see. So there's no, suspense there. And it's out of camp. This is looking to be a really cool movie. Well, at least I hope so. I have been wrong before. I can't wait to sit down and watch. And it is the very first horror film, aside from what we'll see in October, for Movie a Day Challenge. So I look forward to watching the 2000 horror film, Camp Blood. Now, after I finish analyzing the movie poster itself, I then let you, the viewer, know that I'm going to go ahead and watch the 2000 horror film Camp Blood. However, before I go and do that, I want to let you, the viewer, know that after I finish watching Camp Blood, I then come back and tell you a little bit about the film. But I don't go in great detail about the film. You see, I don't release any major spoilers about the movie, nor do I tell you anything about the plot of the film either. Even though we know it's about a clown at a camp. The reason why I don't do either of the two is because I don't want to ruin your chance of watching a really great film. I want you to enjoy this film for the first time, just like I'm about to. Unless you've previously seen the 2000 horror film Camp Blood before. This way you can substitute Camp Blood for a film that you have yet to see before. And partake in a Movie a Day Challenge. And possibly watch each film with me as I go along. In saying this, I'm going to go ahead right now and watch the 2000 horror film Camp Blood, and then I'm going to come back and tell you a little bit about the film. I'll be right back. I just finished the 2000 horror film Camp Blood, and I want to let you, the viewer, know that Camp Blood is an okay film. I'm going to say okay because, as you know from my previous ratings for movies, it's either good, great, or alright. I've yet to really say it's a bad movie. However, Camp Blood is an okay film. Why? Well, basically, let's point out a few factors. It is a very low-budget film. I'm not saying like a low budget as in like, production wise. I'm saying low budget as I think it was just filmed with one camera and the script was written and given to a group of people. The resolution towards the film is for those early 2000 films, being that this is just coming out of the 90s. It's not very high resolution. It looks more like a classic VHS converted to a DVD type film. However, to be quite honest, the film is pretty good. It's got a cool story, which I liked, up until the ending. You see, the ending is where I'm going to say this. That's what stopped it from making it to be a good film. It would have been actually a great film. However, there are scenes in this movie that I felt that were unnecessarily long. And being that those scenes and the ending of the film itself happened, it went from being a great movie, and then a good movie, to just being okay. Now, Camp Blood does have brief nudity. There is a woman who does expose her breasts. Just want to point that out. And there is blood. Now, the graphic blood in this film, the death scenes, are really very well done. I'm going to be honest. I'm also going to say that the story is good. I just didn't particularly like the ending and the way they ended it. But to be quite honest, I really enjoyed watching Camp Blood. In fact, had this been October, I probably would have watched this for a Movie a Day Challenge's October run. However, I got stuff planned for the horror month of October. And since this deals with a camp, and it's not really like the typical camp type, these kids go to camp, like Friday the 13th type camp movies. This is more like a campgrounds type of camp. But it does take place during the summer. So it is a summer movie, in a way. Now, would I recommend Camp Blood to a family member or friend? For those of you who like horror films, but those of you who actually like B-movies, those are the type of friends that I would definitely recommend Camp Blood to. Would I watch Camp Blood again? Yes, I would. I really like the story. I just really right now want to know where they're going to go with it, because I'm wondering if there is a Camp Blood 2. It could be. But I'm really hoping that the ending just doesn't end like that, because I really thought they could have improved towards the ending of the film. Aside from that, yes, I definitely would watch Camp Blood again. Thought it was an okay film. But, like I said, it could have been a great film had the ending not been written the way it was, and that the unnecessary long parts of the scenes in the middle didn't take place. They could have been a lot shorter. This really could have been a movie that was as long as, I say, an hour and 5 minutes, or maybe even an hour long. There was some, like I said, the scenes just made it stretch out. But that's my point of view. When you watch the 2000 horror film Camp Blood, you'll decide for yourself. Now, if you liked today's episode, you see that thumbs up underneath this video, click it. Give us a like for today's episode. Click it. As you're doing that, maybe you've seen the 2000 horror film Camp Blood and liked it. Maybe you've seen it and didn't like it. Maybe you haven't seen the 2000 horror film Camp Blood just yet, and you're going to go watch it after this film review, and then come back and write something. Whatever the three may be, tell me in the comment box down below. Right down there. And as you're doing that, you see that word subscribe underneath this video? Click it. Subscribe to a Movie a Day Challenge. Now, tomorrow is day 193 of a Movie a Day Challenge, and I'll be watching the 1980 comedy film Gorp. My name is Frankie. I will be here tomorrow for day 193 in the 1980 comedy film Gorp. I will see you tomorrow.